Do you want to
Why
produce it?
don't you start a podcast?
I'm going to steal him. Do you want to produce it?
Yeah. Hey,
listen, I don't want to brag,
it's a
but
hot commodity.
I'm on the rise. So you want to catch? I mean, I'm moving to New York.
Catch
I'm gonna
the wave.
have.
Yeah.
I don't want to brag. You know.
You want to catch the wave now.
Yeah.
Before it gets to the muddy waters, she doesn't know who to trust.
Yeah.
There's like a good gray area where you can leech. And it's gotta be at the precipice. Right before she achieves worldwide global domination.
What would you call it?
Sorry? I don't know. But I really, that's another goal of mine for this year. I'm like, I got to start a podcast.
The Hoodo hour.
Yeah.
But then remember you said 20 minutes, like something short?
Oh, like
I do like that.
Like a Bill Burr. Bill Burr, you ever heard his podcast?
Oh my God. I used to listen to it all the time. And then I started noticing that the way I told jokes on stage was changing.
Starting to sound like,
I would say, oh, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, I'm not from Boston. I'm not a white guy from Boston. What am I?
Well, it's funny because you said all. You didn't say all the time. You said all. I'm like,
did I say that?
Already, she's already getting into
that's
New
the
York.
Joan Rivers. That's the Joan Rivers in her.
You know what I love about his podcast, though? Every once in a while, I'll listen to clips of him and Nia fighting. I love when him and Nia are fighting.
Him arguing could be an entire like just TV show.
Yeah.
Like he already is grown so successful off being the angry white guy.
Yeah.
That seeing him with an opponent,
so good.
Especially an opponent that knows him. Like you can't.
Yeah,
nobody can argue with you like the person that knows you best.
Yes, that's true.
So she knows how to get under his skin at the right moments. Like
Is Nia his wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were dating for so long, and he was very anti-marriage, anti-having kids, and then this nigga went and got married and then had a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he loves both.
And
dearly.
Yeah.
Couldn't see his life without it. Like it's weird how that happens. It mostly happens for men and not women, I find.
What do you mean?
When women say they don't want kids, they're pretty steadfast and firm on that decision.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense because obviously the things that women have to go through, it's like if I'm deciding this, I'm definitely not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for men, we're just so happy wife, happy life is like a real thing. And if you're a woman that's like, come on, babe, like, what are you gonna do? Pull out? Nah, nigga. You gotta let it loose, man. Let loose. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys hear an unfamiliar voice and see an unfamiliar face.
But soon to be very familiar.
Unless you've watched, I don't know, CBC Gems and seen some work over there. If you've been to JFL, you've seen some work over there. If you've been to a Hassan Minaj show, you've seen some work over there.
Or a Rami Youssef show.
Or Rami Youssef show. We got Hoodo Hersi in the building.
Hoodo in the house. There you go. There's a podcast named Hoodo in the house.
Hoodo in the house. That's very 90s.
Okay.
Yeah,
fuck with
it's
it.
very 90s.
Can only talk about 90s nostalgia.
And what's great about a podcast, I think it's so smart that you guys obviously like have invested so much of your time and energy into a podcast, is it's pandemic proof.
Oh yeah.
If there's another
that's
lockdown,
true.
it's like you guys are good.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
That rang true for us during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah,
that's so
when
good.
Alicia jumped on as well. That's when shit turned up. No, definitely. So that's why I love doing it. Honestly, I don't have to wait for anybody. We can have these discussions. We love talking. We get to practice comedy kind of through this as well.
And for me, the podcast was the one consistent thing that made me feel like I'm not a bum. Like, I'm still doing it. I'm doing something with my life.
That's the most consistent thing we've all done in our lives.
Okay,
so,
other than breathing. Yeah,
other than breathing.
Yeah.
I don't want to discount breathing. It's done wonders for me and countless others.
I never thought this podcast would outlast cannabis use for me. Like,
we beat weed. Extra gravy.
Marijuana.
We beat weed.
Wait, so you're sober now, and both of you guys are sober right
Absolutely not sober. Not me.
Okay.
I just smoked before this set. My spliff's right there.
I'm sober. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I feel I'm 100% starting to see how much better I am on the podcast. Oh, this is one of our favorite sound bites to use.
When he starts getting sentimental, I gotta, just give him a little theme. Gotta punch it up. I'm so sensitive.
No, comedy is like ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
He's been smoking obviously for a very long time.
Yeah.
So now since he stopped smoking, he has like human emotions.
Yeah.
And so he's just facing that.
You're not numbing the emotions.
Yeah, no, he didn't get to grow with them for quite a bit of time. So now he's confronted, and it's like it's all.
So this is my free therapy here.
But I'm telling you, like, once you go see a therapist, it's like you'll stop doing this as much.
What, stop the podcast?
This is what I told my girlfriend. Thank you.
Yeah, I stopped doing it. I was doing what you were doing, where I would like really like share and be, you know, all the time with friends. And then I got a therapist, and I was like, oh no, I'm good. I don't need to keep discussing the same issue.
Well, that's what you mean.
I don't share. But when somebody asks with real intention,
then you will.
Then I will, because normally I'm like, I'm good, you know, or I'm fine. I'm fine enough to deal with it. But if someone really, really wants to know, and when you ask me and you say, hey, Norm, now we have the time. Let's.
Yeah, I really meant it. Yeah.
Then I will respond accordingly.
Yeah. What did you mean?
Yeah, those are few and far between. I just meant therapy making me a better person.
No, I agree with that too. I think that's great too.
It'll make me less funny.
What?
Yeah, I think it's a detriment.
No, I don't agree with that. I don't think your trauma and being funny are linked.
I think they're linked. For me, personally. My material is literally trauma. If people were really listening.
No, but you'll still find funny. You know what I think destroys being funny? Wealth. Once you reach a certain level of money and fame, sorry, nigga, you're not as funny no more.
Definitely.
Like, what are you going to talk about your private jet? I'm sorry. Yeah. That's like, you're not relatable anymore.
It's the equivalent of moving to the Bermuda Triangle and then coming back and doing a special for a week. And it's like, you don't know us anymore.
No. I think,
You don't know us anymore. You're in a different place, literally. A different place than society. You're in the you know what 1% means? Like, that's crazy to think that you are in the 1% of the world. You're completely unrelatable.
Yeah. I do think, though, like, I mean, let's say you heal your trauma. It's like, okay, but you got tons of jokes about your relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll have tons of things. Oh, trauma? Shout out to your girlfriend. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to her.
I'm aiming for the couch tonight. Thank you for coming through. It's been, we had to get you before you went to New York.
Yeah, thank you for getting me on my way out. Yeah. You didn't want to get me when I was here, nigga.
I had to get you right now. Before you get, I'm telling you, the gray area is where you leech before you jump off the cliff. Nah, we've been trying to get more and more comedians to just come onto the show because just to shed a spotlight on the comedy community, like especially now that I've been so entrenched in it, I'm meeting more and more people. I'm like, yo, these people are amazing. Like. The support you get in the comedy community, unparalleled. Like, there's no gatekeepers of information that I've run into personally. Everyone's been so, like, selfless with information.
That's good,
with tips, with shows. It's just been great. So I want to kind of give back.
I feel when you're in the trenches and you see somebody jump in, it's either like, we want to see this guy fail so he understands, or we want to help you not fail because we understand. You know what I mean?
It comes from the same spot, Yeah,
it comes from the trenches is where it comes from.
Yeah.
But at the end of it all, it's like, if we like you, then we're going to help you. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's really dope.
It's kind of like people in New York. I feel like people in New York, they either like, they're there for you. Like you can ask for directions, you can ask for things and people will help you out. But then if they see that you're a piece of shit, they'll be like, I don't know. But for the most part, they're just natural because everyone goes through it. They're quick to help you a bit more than in my personal experience. Because some people are like, people in New York are so rude. I'm like, I feel that in Toronto.
Honestly, that's New York that did that to themselves, to be honest. They, just like us, like how we got the Screwface capital and everybody's like, rah, rah, fuck these niggas. Like, New York knows that they have a persona that's tough. And they uphold that and actually double down. So it depends on where you are. Yeah, I'm sure in your experience, you had some pretty selfless people, but there is another side of the tracks.
I will say, though, when I went to New York, what was so great was how all the other black comics in New York City really look out for you. And then they're very willing to, like, share information. You know, I really felt like, you know, being black, being a person of color, other comedians will help you out. Other comics. I felt that in New York.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. It's good. It's good to know, especially in like a city like that where we know that you can get picked up from there and change your life. Like, so it could be a lot of petty shit that goes on with that when you have the stakes are that high. But to know that people are still like reaching out, like,
Well, I will say what happens is it's after they see you perform and they see that you're funny that they
it's at that point we're like, actually, no, you deserve this.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. Now that you say that, I definitely noticed that.
People are nicer to you because they're like, oh, you're not fucking around. You care about the art form. Yeah.
And it depends on the type of jokes. Like we talk about this all the time. Like I'm a big fan of jokes that not only just are funny, but make you think. Make you like think outside of your own box or whatever the case may be, and like take something home from it more than just laughs. You know what I mean? Some substance. That's my favorite type of comedy. If you don't get to that level for me, then I'm just like whatever.
Yeah, I just want to interrupt your beautiful thought by just saying it's really upsetting how perfectly curled and full your eyelashes are. It's like actually, and it's natural, and it's really upsetting. You know what I'm saying? So many girls spend so much money on false eyelashes, and you just got them. You know,
I wear fake glasses to accentuate my eyes, and this guy's out here fluttering his butterfly lashes.
All right.
And I'm not the only one that said. Some people have said this to you.
My life.
Yeah. It's actually quite and I'm seeing it from this angle.
I cut it off. I cut them off in grade 6. They grew back longer. So this is what we're doing. This is what
they're so
I got
beautiful.
so annoyed in literally arts and crafts. Pound. Grew back. I can't get rid of them.
So nice.
I can't get rid of them. But yes.
They're so
back
nice.
to you in your life. You've been doing comedy for how long now?
Do we want to count it from like when I started taking it seriously or from one of my first open mics?
Well, those are both.
Let's do different. Yeah, let's do different dates.
So first time I ever did comedy was Yuck Yuck's Ottawa Amateur Night. It was a month after I finished high school, so I was 18.
Yeah,
that was the first time. But I only did like 2 mics that year. I didn't even know where you could find shows. And then the next year, I think I did only 2 or 3 shows. I really didn't know what I was doing. When I personally, I count it from like when I turned 20, because that's when I really hit the ground running. I was doing it very consistently. I was like, this is my career path.
Do you remember what pushed you to be like, I got to buckle down?
It's 2 things. It was like, I remember seeing the Chappelle Show and being like, yo, this can be like a career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, this is he. And what I love about Chappelle, I watched his Inside the Actors Studio interview.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, like, when he started off doing stand-up, all he wanted was just to make like a teacher's salary. He wasn't looking for fame and fortune.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, if I can do that, then I've made it. And I was like, you know what? That's really what it's about.
That's exactly what I think, man.
So there was that. And then also, that for sure. You know when you like don't sleep properly, so then your memory checks out on you? Fuck. Oh, we can swear on this podcast, obviously.
Yes,
swear all the fuck you want.
Pussy, bitch. Sorry.
Fuck you mean?
Get carried away.
Yeah, so for sure that. And then, also being, this is what I wanted to say, the child of like immigrant parents. Like you see your parents doing these horrible jobs.
Oh, yeah.
And they're only doing it because it's like to give you money, like to get, so you can have a better life. It's like, and then you see that this is not what they wanted to be doing with their life, and this is time they're never going to get back. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to be doing the thing I want to do.
Exactly. This is the benefits or like the dreams that they spoke of. Like I moved here for a reason, for a better opportunity. Well, this is the opportunity.
Yeah. Well, my mom hates comedy, but you know what I'm saying? She still loves me, and you know what I mean? But
she'll get it later on once she starts seeing what it's doing.
The money?
For you. Then parents always turn around once they see money.
Yeah,
you know?
that's when immigrant parents
My mother
turn around.
said, even if they pay you $1 million, she's like, I'm not going to be a part. I don't like it. I'm never going to like it. And you know what's so interesting is everyone in my life, I could totally see, like my brothers, my dad, supportive, friends, all supportive. She's the only one that's like, I feel like will hate it. But it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, well, not going to not do the thing I want to do.
But how much of that is a driving force for you to be like, I will show you, mama, that you're going to love this?
No.
Or have
You're
you just
gonna love me.
Yes.
Dreamgirls moment.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't try to prove anything to her because I've spent enough time in therapy to know that that's a lost cause. It's like, it's not. I already know how that story ends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what's so interesting is whatever funny I have, I got from her. Like she's funny.
That's usually how it goes.
She's funny.
That's usually how it goes.
I mean,
I feel like sometimes like the parent like kind of low key wishes they did what you did, and they're like kind of like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna talk down on it. Because my mom, same thing. There's no other place I could have gotten this funny but my mom. I remember specifically, my mom was in Centennial College. I was in like grade 6, and she went to Centennial College so she could get a better job or whatever. And she had to bring me to school one day.
How old were you?
I was in grade 6, so I was like, what, 11, 12, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
She had to bring me to school because I had a dentist appointment afterwards. Couldn't go back home. In class, my mom's just cracking, like nonstop cracking jokes to the point where the professor telling a grown woman, you got to calm down. And I'm like, that's what happens with me. I was like, this is exactly, she yells at me and this is what she's doing in class? Like, I was so bewildered.
She probably yelling at you because she's used to being the person on
Yeah.
stage. You know what I'm saying?
Are we just going to bypass the fact that Marlon just said bewildered? Are we just going to...
These are the words I throw out.
I love it.
Yeah, no.
I love it.
He used the term precipice at one point. So.
I love that.
I did say precipice. I don't know how to spell precipice, but I be using them words. But yeah, no. You gotta switch it up with the grammar sometime. But no, it's very eye opening, especially when like you said, like you see them working these jobs that are like,
it's horrible. Yeah,
it's horrible, and it would make you miserable. And it's like you putting all this money into me being that miserable later on in life as well.
No,
absolutely not. And to deal with the things you got to deal with is like, I think that's where I got my disdain for authority. Is my mom coming home and complaining about her manager and like the racism she'd have to face and the discrimination and how people would treat her at work. And I was just like, I don't want to ever be that. Like, what?
I don't want no boss.
Every job ever. I remember when in school, like, that person come around, like civics or careers, and they tell you, the average person will have between 7 and 12 jobs. Blah,
yes,
blah.
they did say that. Yeah. Like, you switch careers a lot. Yeah.
I went from like 21 to 24, like 12 jobs by itself because I just can't do the authority thing. It's just
no, that's fair. That's
That's why I feel like that's why we do what we do. We're here to just be our own bosses. Yeah, and like I mean, even in comedy though, you still have a boss. It's a bit more, you know.
But it's more like they also need you.
Yeah, that's true.
They need hot, funny, young like talent. You know what I mean? So
and it's a different dynamic. I feel like when the main goal is humor. Mm-hmm. So like I've never been in a dramatic writing room or anything, so I don't know what that's like. But in a comedic one, you're still it's all humor. So everybody's light mood.
Funny's funny.
Yeah,
everyone's just searching for funny. It's not like
jokes and all this. Yeah,
you need to do this or pressure on you. Like it's just like, how can we make this work together? Yeah. You know what I mean? So that collaborative effort when it's centered around humor. Boss me around. Like, I really don't give a fuck.
I would love to know what that writing room is like.
Yes, and just off of what you're saying, what's great about that is in a writer's room, the best writer, like, I didn't feel like there was a hierarchy in the room. So I started off on season 1 of the show as a writer's assistant. Then
Tell them the show.
Sorry. So it's Rami Youssef is getting an adult animated show on Amazon.
And you're on it. Let's go. Yes. That's a big move.
Who that, Hoodo?
Yes.
There's the podcast. Who that, Hoodo?
That's great. Yeah, I love that. The sound effects caught me off guard. I love that. I want that everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm at Walmart and then anyways, the point is
celery $2.
Yes.
With Flex Bomb.
Yes.
I don't know if you could have that with all the mass shootings happening nowadays, though. Like,
that's true.
That just might catch you off guard.
Gunshot. Yeah, probably not the best course of action.
Why did you have to ruin the mood with reality? You know what I'm saying? We were having a good time.
We were having
a nice, lighthearted joke, living in some kind of fantasy world. And you're like, oh, but the mass shootings that have been occurring in the United States.
But we cannot forget our fallen.
I mean, meanwhile, I was like, when they had the mass shooting in Philly, I was literally eating at the crime scene, having my Philly cheesesteak while the cops were coming around checking the surveillance at the restaurant I was eating at, and I'm like, oh, are we about to crime scene?
I called this guy. He's like, yeah, I'm here. It's like right over there. I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah. It happened literally 4 hours before I ate there, so it was kind of cool. but unfortunately at the same time.
We got to edit that out. We're trying not to get Big Norm canceled.
We don't edit
that out.
He knows
Thank
better.
you.
So
I'm the one that's the most liable to get canceled here. So don't worry, we all know that.
He's been doing so well too. he hasn't said anything outlandish in like a year, at least.
Wow.
Take away weed from a guy, you know, just his thoughts come out.
Hold on. I started off season.
Yes.
So Amazon bought 2 seasons of the show.
Okay.
And the reason why they do that for an animated show is because it's financially, it makes the most sense to pay for 2 seasons because you got to pay money to get all the characters animated and stuff. So why would you do that for just one season? So just boom, 2 seasons. So I started off as a writer's assistant, and then I was like, obviously this isn't like my future, but I was like, I'm gonna go above and beyond so that I can obviously be a writer. And I did. Usually people got to be working on a show for like 2-3 seasons, you know, before you finally get upgraded, you know, promoted. But you know, Pam Brady, shout out to Pam Brady, you know, she's
Pam Brady.
What's
up, Pam?
Sweet, kind, and also white woman. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Maybe she's just a clown girl.
Sorry, I had to. That was just automatic.
No, she's actually such an amazing. Like, she made me believe in white people again. Because I came from.
That's great. That's a bit.
That you need to write that down.
She made me believe.
Yeah, no, Pam Brady, you are about to get a dedicated 5 minutes. She made me believe in white people again.
You gotta do the hand too.
Yeah.
Like, you made me believe in white people.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean? Every black and brown person, you know what I'm saying? We go through a time where we don't believe that white people can ever be better.
Yeah,
you know?
like 400 years.
Yeah, it's just not. Shout out to you. I didn't even get your name.
Shout out you, white man.
What's your name? Patrick. Patrick.
He's gotta disguise his voice so that they don't find him on the interwebs. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, she was so great, and she saw my potential, and like, you know, as a writer's assistant, like what you really want to do is you want to be pitching just as much as all the writers. You want to prove that you can do what the writers are doing. So I would pitch all these jokes and story ideas, and some of them did make it into the first season. And then she was like, yeah, we got to promote you. And I got promoted to season 2, and now I'm co-writing an episode with another writer. His name's Ismail Lutfi. He's also great too. He has a Comedy Central special out and stuff. And anyways, so him and I are co-writing an episode. So my episode will air I don't know, season 2, whenever that drops.
That's amazing.
So
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's great. So now when I move to the States, I'm actually going to have health insurance, which is important. You know, I'm in the Writers Guild of America.
Talk your shit.
Yes, an American
Puff
union.
up your chest.
Yes.
Wow. Unionized.
And you're working with Muslim Childish Gambino.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Wow.
You're working with Muslim Childish Gambino. That guy I can see him being,
oh my God,
like, not only like a legend at the end of everything.
Yeah.
But just his hand is going to be, I feel like, in many different pots.
Yeah. Have you watched
this week on Minnesota?
Rinse that show.
Yeah.
Rinse that show. I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite shows that I've seen in the past couple of years.
It's such a great, well-written show. And he's got another show with Judd Apatow and his friend Steve for Apple TV.
Oh, wow.
He got another show. He got a bunch of, he shot a movie last summer.
He did a tour.
He did a tour. He got a lot of stuff in the works.
And did you open for him on the tour?
Yeah, he
She
did.
did.
Yeah.
I synced it.
Norm was there.
And let me tell y'all, man. After her and Salma went up, I was like,
oh, and it was Salma
I'm like,
too.
Remy, you got some tough acts to follow right now.
Yeah.
Y'all was killing. I was like, ooh, Remy, I want to see what he does.
Yeah.
But he still held it down.
Yeah,
but I was like, y'all were still the stars of the show to me personally.
That's 2 heavy hitters to bring on right before you. That's incredible. And also this week, Hassan Minhaj.
I love when you say his last name.
Is that how you say his last name?
Hassan Minhaj.
Minhaj.
That's what I said. Minhaj.
Minhaj.
Didn't I
You said Minhaj.
Minhaj?
No, I heard a Minhaj.
Well, we got a recording. Patrick, what are your thoughts? Did you say it? We're pulling in Patrick.
Patrick, our cultural expert.
Patrick is like, please stop talking to me, okay? Just like talk to them.
Patrick's renewing his NRA license right now. He's a bit busy.
You know what's nuts? My Facebook, I hardly use Facebook. I finally went back to Facebook just because I didn't realize my Instagram posts were actually reposting onto Facebook.
Yeah.
So I looked looked, I'm like, whoa, what's all these notifications? And I looked, I was like, damn. But then what if my, the memories pop up? And 2014, the all women's I Ain't No Joke show popped up.
Aww.
And you was on that, bitch.
Wow.
All right, and that was, like you said, what, 2 years in? I think that was part of your 2 years when you started to actually take it.
This guy.
Seriously. So when you said 2 years in, I'm like, wait. That was a year. I got to see you actually starting to take it seriously in your second year.
Wow, you did. Yeah, I remember doing your show very early on in my career.
Yeah, and you was killing it from then too. You know what I mean? I always knew you stood out from then, and you're still standing out from now.
Yeah.
So like,
that's so sweet.
I'm really happy to see that.
Fucking sweet ass shit. This is sweet ass shit, nigga.
I'm glad to see the charity.
I like this shit. Yo, Cottonelle, holla at us. Sponsorships.
That's so great.
Well deserved though. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Man. Yeah,
Thank you.
You are a hard worker, and I love the way you tell jokes. Like you're like we were talking about before. You're one of those comedians that you're not only just searching for the funny, you're kind of like teaching as well. Like especially when it's a lot of white people in the room. I see them like very like. Yeah, focus, like attentive.
My favorite
have you come to a show?
Yo,
white people are
favorite shit is you making white people feel uncomfortable in the shit that they make people feel uncomfortable about.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
but then kind of easing their fears at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But even there's times where I could see them. They're like, why? You didn't come here for this. But I'm like, but you don't stop. You don't. Let go, like the gas pedal is to the metal, and you're letting it be known because that's just how you are.
Yes, yeah.
And
I've seen comedians like that.
I've seen it like go the other direction, but to me, I'm like, kill him, get him, make them feel that awkward feeling.
Here's the thing: there are some jokes where I go, I don't care if a white person's uncomfortable. I know this punchline I wrote is undeniably funny. So there was a joke, that I did for Just for Laughs, and the punchline is, if we're going to ban Muslims from America, fine, but let's just do the same for white guys going solo to Thailand. And then I say a whole thing about how if we're gonna, they say if we're gonna say Muslim terrorists, fine, but then let's start saying white pedophile. Let's even it out. Let's, and I know that's like undeniably a funny line.
Caucasian coercers.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
So there's some things where it's like, oh, this is actually funny, but your own white guilt is not allowing you to enjoy this joke.
Yep.
So that's actually your psychological trauma to unpack. That's not mine.
I love
because black and brown, you know what I mean. And other certain white people do laugh at it, like they see it.
There's only certain comedians though. With black comedians when they're telling jokes like that. My meter for you, like of where I'm like, yeah, I fuck with you, is if I have to check on the white people. Cause I'm like, ooh, this one might hurt. When I have to, if you talk about white people and I'm just like, and I don't gotta check on them at all, you ain't hitting hard enough, nigga. You ain't hitting hard enough, nigga. I wanna have to check like, oh shit, yeah. I wanna keep like looking back, like, you know what I mean, and just making sure because there is a way where you have to get to that point if you're really gonna dig into that content. There's no way you can kind of tiptoe your way around some of the shit that you're talking about. So it's like,
I feel like that's the same reaction as like back in the days when people are about to say a racist joke. They'd like look
around,
then tell it. That's the exact opposite on the other end of the spectrum when a black person or a colored person
maybe it's the Canadian in me.
Yeah, probably that.
It's probably the Canadian in me. I'm like, oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my,
sorry.
Oh my, eh?
That's great. But you wanna say something, and then the cost, I guess, of saying something is some people are gonna be uncomfortable. But then again,
somebody had to say it.
Someone had to. Someone
had to say it.
Yeah, and then a new thing I'm doing on stage is sometimes if white people get uncomfortable, I go, right now I can feel that you guys are uncomfortable, and I want you to know, I don't care. This is my heroin. Uncomfortable white people. It actually empowers me. It makes me happy. You understand? I'm actually not uncomfortable. It brings me joy to see you uncomfortable. Yeah.
And so they're forced to laugh to try to make you comfortable now. They're like, no, I'm not giving her what she wants.
But you know what it does?
That'd be crazy.
Sometimes really even acknowledging it.
For real.
Yeah. Sometimes even acknowledging the crowd is uncomfortable, it gives them permission to laugh.
Facts.
Yeah.
You're so acknowleding what's happening in the room.
And they're like, oh, okay, thank God. Yeah.
Because I've seen like comics who are bombing and then they go just self-deprecating route. And it works like a charm because they'll be like, all right, I'm losing you guys. And you'll get a little chuckle. And then you'll be like, see, I thought this joke was going to work because of this. And now, and then everybody starts laughing even more because you're acknowledging. You're not pretending like something's not happening. You know what I mean? That's one thing I don't like when comedians do is like pretending some shit's not going on. Like,
you got to go off script. Comedy's not, like stand-up is not, it shouldn't be really 100% scripted. The best stand-up is I'm feeding off the energy of the crowd, and then that informs how I do my stand-up, how I do my jokes.
And that's probably why I get along with comedians a lot, because you guys know how to read the fucking room.
Yeah, you got to, A
lot of people don't know how to read the room. Like, you'll be talking to a comedian, and you guys both know when you want to stop this conversation. And it doesn't get weird. You just... all right, we're done now.
Comedians, what I love about comedians is a lot of comedians don't do small talk. We really get to the it's great.
We all hate it, I think.
Well, also that's our job. Our job is to be writing jokes, that isn't cut out the fluff, small talk bullshit.
Get to the point.
Yeah.
Where are you heading with this? Just let me know.
Yeah.
How do white people approach you after the shows? Like, what are some of the things you hear?
They'll just say, oh my God, I thought your set was so good. And then I got to write some new jokes about this, but I'm in like my capitalist piggy bag right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm really about, now we're moving to New York. We gotta really, New York's an expensive city. We got to really be thinking about, like, it's a business. I was telling you earlier, like, this show business. This is a business. So when people say, oh, my God, your set was so funny, I go, okay, I thank you so much. Obviously, you got to show some gratitude. That's an amazing thing. And then I go, feel free to follow me at Hoodo Comedy, Hoodo Comedy, one word.
Yeah.
And you can find out more about my shows.
And there's no shame in those plugs.
And people will follow you.
Especially in the States, because they actually want that.
Yeah,
they want you to sell them something. They're in this culture of consumption, and it's like, give me something to buy. Give me,
But here's the thing: if they like you, they want to see more of your stuff.
Yeah.
And that's like the ultimate business card, to be like, oh, follow me on social media, because that's no one's really.
Which is why I'm so happy you started posting your bits.
Yeah.
Because you need that. Friggin', it's like a deck almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like at the Hassan Minhaj show, I knew, like, I did the 7 p.m. show on Saturday, and then I did the 10 p.m. show, and it's like 7,000 people. So it's like, if I don't plug. I waste. That's what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of my set, I said, okay, guys, if you thought I was funny, feel free to follow me. This is my handle. Send me a nice message if you want. Don't send me a mean one because it's a waste of time. My immigrant mother, you won't be able to hurt my feelings. I have an immigrant mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
And then people laughed at that. And you know what? Hundreds of new followers, and so many people sent me nice messages.
Definitely.
One thing I find Canadian comedians don't do enough is stand outside of the exit and hand things out, whether it be merch, a card, a handshake, something. Everyone just kind of goes to their table, goes to the bar, whatever, and they disconnect from the crowd that they were just trying to engage with.
The only ones these are the only comedians I see do that. The ones that completely bombed, which I completely understand, like, what's standing at the front going to do? And then the comics who have been here for a minute, and they're like kind of over it.
Because in New York, I don't really see people do that.
Yeah.
I think people really just plug whatever they need to in their intro at the end of their set.
I don't like doing it because I feel like I'm just trying to inflate my ego, especially when I have a good set. And I'm standing at the front. I'm like, am I standing waiting for people to tell me how good I am?
But
I need to. But like you guys are saying, it needs to be a moment that you use to plug yourself and for them to see further shows, not just stand there and be like, "Thank you, I'm great. Thank you, I'm great." Like, you know what I mean?
So I don't really. Do you stand at the? I don't stand by the exit.
I only do it when I know people came to see me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then that makes sense.
Your shows for sure, definitely. Makes sense.
If it's your show, then of course.
And people don't know who I am, and they're like, you could tell that they came to see. Like, perfect example. When I was in New York, I did Nema's show. And Nema has such a big following that people that come to his shows really just want to see him, and everybody's an afterthought. Even though people are like, "Hey, great job," but Nema, can I get a picture with you? And it's like, Nima, you need to be standing here. You can't be the guy that just
No,
says
he
peace
has to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
bounces.
it's his show.
But like people come to see him, so therefore you got to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
But reading up on Joe Coy and how he used to just at the end of shows stand there with his card. He would make sure everybody got a card.
I understand why people did it back then because there's no social media. You have to do that. Kevin Hart talks about how he used to do that, and he would have people join a mailing list. He would get people's email addresses and then email them and let them know about his tour dates.
Right.
That makes sense.
That does.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, there's so many other ways to do that. So like,
you don't
have to do.
There's a lot of creative ways to use business cards even now. Like you can get a card where literally all you have to do is tap people's phones, and your info's just in their phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a tons of different ways you could.
I feel like that's expensive.
It's the same. It's the same technology as like your.
It's like a $4 a month type of
Okay.
deal where like I believe you'd subscribe for like $4 a month and then you just tap unlimited just whoever you need to, and they get all your socials, kind of like a link tree. Link where
on a
you
card.
have Twitter and Instagram, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So look into that. You use TikTok?
Oh yeah. I'm on TikTok.
Yeah. So then just search up something on TikTok. Guaranteed. That's just everything's on.
How's your
insane.
TikTok going?
Good. I actually just posted
TikToking away.
Yeah. No,
How many followers do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
Just hit 13,000 today, I think. Yeah.
Good for you. So here's
It
the
ain't
thing.
Shay Doretta numbers, but
Shay, I'm gonna talk about Shay later because Shay and I've talked to Shay a bunch of times about this. So I hit 35,000.
Humble brag.
And but I realized that Shay was telling me, he's like, you need to be posting every day, multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the fact that you even hit this many followers means the algorithm already knows who your fan base is, and you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
But then that is its own discipline.
Yeah.
It is. And with stand up too, it's difficult because you don't want to necessarily give too much of your bits away.
Yes, yeah.
You want to and you gotta. With me, luckily, I've been having little crowd work moments.
The crowd work moments are great to put on TikTok.
Yeah, which I put. That's what I've been putting on the social medias, and not necessarily like the. If I do put parts of my bit, it's not the part that hits that I'm like. They can have this part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I find for a lot of comedians, figuring out how to balance that is kind of difficult. But man, the return on it, like I just seen Hassan open for Nimesh, I believe his name is, this Indian guy that I first saw on TikTok probably almost a year ago.
Oh, Nimesh, yeah.
He had barely any followers, and now he's got I don't even know how much now, but
sold out what, 7 shows?
So much that he was able to sell out 7 shows in Toronto. And he's from America.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? The power
I never heard of him
TikTok
until
right now
yeah.
with comedy. That's the number one thing I see with stand-up comedy. That's the life-changing app for comedy. It's not Instagram. It's not Twitter.
It's
not
really
YouTube.
TikTok.
It's TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm seeing,
shout out to the Chinese
nothing
government.
Fancy.
Yeah.
What happened?
Shout out to the Chinese government. They are, something's going on there, but you are propelling our career forward. This is how powerful China is. We don't even know the name of the president. And it don't even matter because China operates as a unit. It don't even matter who the president is.
It doesn't.
I want to just, for the record, say that I've only said positive things about China. Don't come after my career or try to ban my account.
Listen, China is, if anything, efficient. That's
yes, that's what it is.
That's
the perfect word.
Efficient.
If the DVP and the Gardner Expressway construction was happening in China, it would have been done. Eglinton West would have been done
in 15 minutes.
25 years ago.
They would have 3D printed that shit.
That shit would have been done.
The problem is that we gave construction workers, a lunch break. They're in a union. There's none of that in China.
And just, red tape, loop, all the hoops you got to run through.
No. You're not going to go see your family at 7 p.m. at night. Unacceptable.
No.
Yeah.
Get this done.
Yeah, get this done. Yeah.
No red tape, just the red flag.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Oh, I never answered the question about the writer's room. I think we deviated.
I think you did, yes.
Oh, okay. So anyways, the writer's room is great because what's really exciting about it is you're pitching all these jokes and amazing stories. And it's with people that are operating on a higher level. Like there are people in the room that have written for Comedy Central, Netflix, and they are making so much money.
Yeah.
And but I never felt like there was a hierarchy. Also, what was really humbling was seeing everyone at some point bomb a pitch. And Pam is so great. Like Pam never says a pitch is bad, but you can like read verbal cues. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what's up. Like it wasn't the best pitch, but it's you know. Right. But she's not mean. I've heard horror stories of showrunners that are like firing people, or like they just go, why don't you just not talk for the rest of, you know what I mean? Like I've heard, I've heard really, and she was always so supportive and collaborative.
So are stats like basketball or baseball stats where like you could have a below 50, batting average? You could like literally 200 batting average and still get paid millions? Or is it like you better be shooting at least 50%
to get paid a certain amount? Like no. Oh, is that what you think?
I'm wondering like how.
Oh no, you're in a union, so that's what's great about being in a union. Is they have to pay you a weekly rate.
Okay.
Let me tell you, some people I looked at, because it's for public record. You can see what people are getting paid. I don't know what people in the room. I'm just saying in general. Yeah. The Writers Guild of America rates start at like a couple thousand a week. Some people, $30,000 a week, $30,000 US a week, and the room went on for 16 weeks. What's 16 times 30,000? Could someone with a calculator just tell us?
16 times 30,000?
Yeah. How much is that?
16 times
that's
30?
Like 30. That's 48
and that's
something.
You just don't have to work for the rest of the year. But obviously you want to keep working and like strengthening your writing muscle. But what is that? Can someone just 16 times 30,000?
480,000.
Yeah.
Our math skills are like
that is around 480,000.
Can you imagine?
That's
16
crazy.
weeks I just make that, and that's
Fucking
and it's absurd.
And that's just one means. That's not even like That's the thing I like about comedy that I'm learning more that I'm in it is like there's so many avenues that you can go into. It's not like it's kind of like photography. Like you can do so many different types of photography. You do so many different types of videography. It's really dope the amount of opportunities that are out there if you're willing to do the work.
Yeah, and so that's that. But then if some people are a producer on the show, they'll be a writer and a producer. So they'll be getting paid maybe 60, 70,000.
They're double dipping.
Do you know what I mean? It's like on another level. And then here's another thing. When you get assigned a script, I mean, I didn't get paid a script fee because it was my first year in the union. But in your second year, third year, they pay you a script fee because you're working after hours on the script. Yeah, that'll be another 16 to 30,000, perhaps.
Wow.
Just
I was non-union when I wrote out mine. Clearly, we got our checks in a little envelope, and it wasn't checks; it was cash. There was apples. They had nice sandwiches. That was fun. But
that's also like.
I didn't care. It was just.
But that's
fun
also. I'm just saying, in general, like that's also the difference between getting paid as a TV writer in in America versus getting paid in Canada. In America, you're getting paid just an absurd amount of money. Yeah.
And you're respected more as a comedian. Yeah. Like.
Also, you can watch my show. Like the fact that like you'll be everyone in the world will be able to like access Amazon and then watch the episode.
Everybody basically already has Amazon.
Yeah.
If you got Prime, you've got the
Amazon
got the app. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So outside of the writing, is writing now your favorite? Is being on stage your favorite?
Oh no. So what I really want to do, and a lot of writers in the writers' room that I was in did this. You're in a writer's room, right? And then at night you do stand up.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of writers do. And then they'll have a podcast, and then they'll have multiple podcasts going. Then they'll be like, they'll host a game show or whatever.
This is the dream.
Do you know what I mean? Like Sabrina Jalise, she was in Canada. And I don't know if you know her. She used to be on Video on Trial. She was like the brown girl.
Roast Battles Canada.
She's so unbelievably talented. And she left, and it was so smart that she left, because now it's like she just like has a house in LA with her wife and her kid, and it's like she's just like, and she was like her work ethic's on another level, so she was on the show that we were on, and then also she voiced a character on Human Resources, which is the Big Mouth spinoff. She's written on Big Mouth. Search Party on HBO. Like, she's just doing a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And then she was on a game show thing. I think she was hosting something. So she's just like, I look at her and I go, I want to be doing multiple things. Yeah.
Prototype.
Yeah, same. I get bored really easy, so I need to do multiple things.
Yeah.
I think that's important. And just to flex your muscle in comedy in so many different like arenas kind of must help your comedy a lot. Like, how do you find your writing helping your stage?
You know what I find? I find actually stand-up has helped my job in a writer's room. Okay. You have to learn to bomb. The only difference is that you're bombing in front of people you got to see the next day. Yeah. Because you work together. Yeah. You know? But
you're bombing in front of people that are really judging your worth.
Yeah.
Did I pay this person too much?
But then you know what's so great is you're also seeing like other people that are like bombing as well.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, I feel like the people that are 3-4 years in, I wonder, or maybe like in there for how long, do they run out of ideas and they're kind of like relying on the new cats to come in with the new fresh ideas?
Even with new ideas though, like you gotta think of it like going on the stage. New ideas, there's funny in there. You just probably haven't found it yet. So even if they're 5-6 years in, they have new ideas that maybe they don't know how to say yet. But and so you're liable to bomb just anytime.
Anytime, that's right.
You know what I mean?
One of the writers in the room, Sabrina Jalisa, was like powerhouse, like one after the other, like so many great joke ideas and pitches. Another writer that was like, everyone in the room was amazing, but I remember also this guy named Josh Rabinowitz, who's also a TV writer as well and done stand up, and that nigga would pitch like he was a machine. And he's also like a white Jewish guy. And this show is about an Egyptian Muslim family living in New Jersey. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I would say like, oh, Muslims do fast, whatever, or we pray 5 times, or I would share a story about like my family or whatever. And he would take that and then just like come up with joke ideas. So that's really also what makes a good writer. It's like, yo, I'm absorbing the information and then I can just right away come up. So it's not even my lived experience. It's a muscle. You know what I mean?
Hearing that just brought so much joy to my soul because I'm like, I'm not the type. I feel like I'm not the type of guy that can make things from scratch. But I'm also that chef that like, let me see what's in your fridge and I'm gonna make something crazy.
That's exactly great metaphor.
You know what I'm saying? So like. I may not be the guy that'll create the most, amazing dish, from scratch, and people are like, oh wow, where did you come up with these flavors? But
I can punch it up.
Believe you show me what you got, whatever ingredients, and I'll create something that you never thought was possible to make with those ingredients. So that
is a great analogy.
So that makes me feel so good because I was like, I don't know if I could ever do a writer's room because I'm wondering if they need shit from scratch. But I'm that Jewish guy.
You battling that imposter syndrome.
Shout out to
brother.
Josh.
There it is. There it is.
But that's what she was saying with it's humbling seeing people bomb. That helps that imposter syndrome, especially when you're in a room of people who have been there longer.
Yeah. So one of the writers, his name's Mikhail Suleiman. He was the other black writer in the room. So obviously I was like, nigga, like I would just like, we were, I adore him so much. Anyway, so these were the jobs that he was doing. He's a writer on the show. He got an episode. And then he's also a professor at Yale. He's teaching sound design at Yale. At the same time,
there's 2 unions.
At the same time, he was also doing sound design for Macbeth on Broadway. Daniel Craig was starring in Macbeth on Broadway. This nigga also got nominated for a Tony. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Mikhail.
And
he's going for the EGOT.
It's on another level, his work ethic. Yeah. And so it's like, whoa, I was just like working with people like that. There's also this other amazing, she's a data journalist, Mona Shalaby. She's animating the show. She's a writer on the show. She's also a producer on the show. And then she also got a podcast with
Triple
Ted.
Dip. God,
you know what I mean? You see what I mean? So, and she also does stuff for like the New Yorker and, the Guardian. She's like actively still doing journalism,
Wow.
writing. It's like, it's wild. So
and these people are all in New York?
So it was on Zoom. So we had 2 people that were in London, England. And then Pam and a couple of the other writers were in Los Angeles. I was in Toronto. Selma and Sabrina Jalisa sometimes were in New York. So it was a very international room. And so this is another thing that was criminal. That was amazing. We would only work on Zoom from 1 to 4 p.m.
Oh.
So can you imagine just 3-hour days and you're getting paid?
And it's the height of your day.
Yeah.
That's like the sweet spot of the day right there. 1 to 4.
Yeah, with health insurance, thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Christ. There's so much opportunity. Out there if you're willing to do the work.
It's crazy.
Do you have any albums?
Do I have any, like a comedy album? So right now I did record an album, and so now I have to like listen to my voice and give the producer edits and stuff. Yeah. And I'm gonna come out. Can I come on the pod and when the album comes out?
Are you kidding me?
Of course,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You're Gravy Gang right now already, man. You've been Gravy Gang.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna come out with a comedy album. I think that's another like really good step. Also, a lot of people live off of
Sirius
residuals.
Residuals. There's so much money in that.
Yeah.
Also, are you gonna do one?
Oh yeah, my plan is to do it by the end of the year.
Okay, and then are you gonna do one?
I was trying to do one for my birthday.
Okay, that's great. So what you should do, don't go with a record label.
I'm going independent.
Go independent. That way you actually get all the Sound Exchange money.
I would never
because you gotta split half of it with the record label, and it's so easy. Just hire a really good. Because a lot of people do
Patrick, he's right here.
Okay, that's great.
Patrick is special.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Because a lot of people think they need a record label, and they don't know that they're losing half their money.
Yeah.
Nick Nemiroff told me the money's good.
I'm from the school of YouTube.
Crystal Ferrier, she did that.
I've been doing it myself.
That's good.
in every aspect. Okay. Crystal's next level. Crystal be outside at the end of shows selling her books. She made a children's book and she sells it outside the shows. I think the book's called Fuck Them Kids or something like that. It's hilarious. That's so funny. That's so funny, man. So funny. Yeah, no, that's amazing.
She got to promote that on TikTok. Did you tell her to get her ass on TikTok?
I tell everybody, every comedian I run to, I'm like, put out your content. Put it out.
You're right.
Because I'm from the content world, so I get it. Like,
how often do you post on TikTok?
Lately, I've been posting every day. Like, I get into these like moments where I post every day for like 2 months and I just stop posting for 3.
Okay, gotcha. No, because sometimes it feels discouraging.
It's very taxing. It's not even discouraging. It's just very taxing to come up with ideas for that every day. And like before, I didn't really see the value in it. Now I kind of realize a lot more that like, especially in terms of my stand-up stuff, if I want to get booked outside of the city or outside of the country even, people have to see me outside of these places. So it's I can't rely on a tourist from a Toronto club that just saw me at a show.
No, that's
you know
true.
I mean?
Yeah. So then
So trying to get it, and since I've been posting them, like I've been getting opportunities outside the country and stuff, which is really dope. I remember when I was in my second year of YouTube, someone tried to hire me in Dubai for a 45-minute comedy set. They thought I did stand-up. And I had to turn it down, and it was thousands of like it was like $60,000 they were gonna pay me.
Whoa, US dollars?
Faked it. Yeah, I was like, okay, I could go over there and fake it. And then my boy was like telling me, yo, they kill niggas over there. You gotta be careful, blah blah. So I got tripped out. I'm like,
Islamophobia. Let's just acknowledge that right off the bat. Okay,
I was like, I don't want to freaking go over there and disappoint whoever's paying me this much money.
45.
Like, I've never done stand up. What am I gonna go over there and say even for 45 minutes? So it was like, it was nerve wracking. I just turned it down. But now, please hit me up. Hit my line. I'm begging you.
What are you talking about? Doing shows in Saudi or something like that?
In Dubai, yeah. Yeah, somebody, when I was in my second year of YouTube, thought I was a stand-up comedian as well and tried to pay me like 60 bags to go out there. And I almost said
USD,
yes. I was so close.
You should have just done it.
Nah.
And then,
no, don't do that.
I couldn't do that.
The money is, they're going to have
a lot of money.
Yeah, they're going to have
wait, they thought you were a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they thought I was a stand-up comedian. They want me to do a 45-minute set, bro. What am I going to do out in Dubai, first time on stage for 45 minutes? Yo, you heard my story about my first time on stage. Bro, come on. No way. Straight 8 Mile. I'm not doing that in Dubai. That's crazy.
Wow.
Then you got to eat doo-doo to leave.
Gotta eat some Dubai man's doo-doo and the sex trade. I still don't believe that thread. I need
Wait, what is
someone
this? What is this? What is this?
There's a bunch of women that have come forward about certain trips to Dubai where doo-doo is involved in exchange for money.
I feel like at one point Lindsay Lohan, fellow Muslim sister, by the way, she did convert.
She did convert. She lives in Israel now, no?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like she's talented, but she seems like she's a little unfocused. Anyways,
unfocused.
You know, I love her. I want to see her win.
Unfocused is hilarious.
You know what she was supposed to be on Rami's show, the Hulu show.
Yeah, there was a blog going around about it. Yeah,
she didn't just that could have totally relaunched.
It would have been an amazing episode too.
Yeah.
Because that's why I say he's Childish Gambino, man. That's literally Childish bringing Cat Williams onto Atlanta for that episode.
Oh, I didn't watch the newest season. Is it good?
No, that was it was second season. Yeah, season 2. He brings.
Gotcha.
There's an episode where Cat Williams is like his uncle and like.
Oh yes, I remember that.
The alligator and everything, and then Cat Williams wins an Emmy for that one episode. And that's his resurgence back into the entertainment industry.
Yeah, she could have done that.
She could have easily done that.
Now Bella Hadid is gonna have that moment because Bella, she focused.
Yeah, she could like get it. Is that what she said?
Is that what you said?
Homeboy could like get it. That's what she said on.
Who said that?
Bella Hadid.
Said that about who?
It was on sneaker shopping on Complex.
And she said that about who?
She said something about sneakers. She's like, oh, if he's got these J's on, he could like. Homeboy could like get it.
I think that's from dating The Weeknd for a couple of years. She's like, oh yeah, so this is how everyone talks.
Well, I think she was on Complex too, so she was trying to like.
Oh, that's true. Black it up.
Appeal and definitely nigger it up.
Okay. I said black it up.
No, we hard ER.
And okay.
We going full throttle. See, that's what you see how you checked on the white person. I seen you look straight at like okay.
No, I actually looked at her. I actually was looking at her.
Yeah.
I'm
black women gotta look out for each other.
I have no part in this.
Gladly.
Patrick is used to you.
Yeah, no. It's Patrick's his eyes say otherwise behind the mask, but
that's so funny.
It depends on the topic. So did you guys see the naked bike ride this week?
Oh, so I saw it and I was like, this is very New York.
In person?
No. Oh, was it the one in New York?
No.
Oh, there's one in Toronto.
It was a global thing, actually.
Oh, it was a global thing.
So I went to one. Well, I didn't go to one. I was in Nathan Phillips Square where my homie, shout out John the Barber in Dunbar. These guys do the SE bike ride, and they had this one day where we're like, let's all meet at Nathan Phillips Square, and it just so happened to be the same day as this Pride naked bike ride, right?
Oh, is it a Pride event? I don't think it's a Pride event.
It always happens in June, so
but
like
not Pride.
There's a lot of Pride people.
I'll tell you,
we're getting norm canceled. We're getting norm canceled. We are getting norm canceled.
What was crazy to me was there was a large portion of people riding naked on the city bikes.
That's what I tweeted out.
So I'm like,
so it's all your juices.
To the next person that's going to be renting this bike, there's mad ass grease just chilling on these seats. It's ball nutsack grease, all the types of grease.
Also, if you're on your period.
Actually, who knows how grease. I don't know if you saw these people. Like, they were really ashy. There was no grease at all.
It's leather seats, buddy.
I've been on those seats. It's not. I don't even know how the seats didn't conform into their asshole. Because the seat is not. First of all, it's very narrow.
No, not
very
the
uncomfortable.
Bikes. They're wide seat bikes. These are the cruiser seats.
Okay,
so they're a bit wider. So that means there's more opportunity for butt cheeks to spread apart. For there to be
nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked up what it was because I'm like, what is this bike ride even for? Like, what's the deal? Because it was global protest against the overusage of oil and urban pollution, promoting greater cycling safety on our roads and encouraging body freedom for everyone.
You know what? On some level, I think their messaging, like their intention was, our society is very sex obsessed. Let's use nudity to get attention. But on some level, I understand their intention. Did they pull it off? I don't know.
See, the problem with these nude things is it's usually very unattractive people hopping onto the movement. It's never like people you actually want to look at.
There was probably some hot people, no? Not one?
Nope. I saw the video. Not one.
I mean,
very ashy.
I feel that's subjective because there's some people that might have thought some of those men or women were attractive.
Sure. Why not? To me, no one was attractive.
Were there any people of color? I feel like that's almost a white thing.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Very Caucasian activity.
There's too much shame. There's
a lot of
shame for us.
No.
They wouldn't allow for that.
Yeah, black people don't protest oil. We use it in our heads. And I feel like a lot of the white people should use it too, because I'm telling you, the ash, it was phenomenal. It was... I've never played tic-tac-toe on a white person's leg, but it could have happened that day. I'm just saying. It was very bad. And yeah, the city, but
I think also only a white person could take part in an event like that and not have it destroy their career. Like if you're a teacher or a politician.
Yeah,
no black person can do that and then just come back from that.
Well, they can do that and not get tear gassed.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah, that's true. Are there a group of black people? Something must be going down.
We protest civil rights. They protest city bikes, and they get no pushback. They're naked out. Isn't that illegal to be just naked?
Oh yeah. Indecency, public indecency or something.
Indecent exposure.
Something like that. Yeah.
Indecent exposure, not for old white men apparently. I don't know what happened.
Was it mostly older people?
It was mostly old, shriveled, pruny white men.
Usually, yeah, it's usually that.
But you know what? There's a part of me that also, I mean, I'm never going to do it, obviously. Can you imagine if I was like, guys, going to show up to the nude bike ride? Not on brand for me. Anyways, but I do think there's a part of me that's like, admires that level of confidence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like watching someone dance alone at a party.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I wish I was that happy. Like I'm not nearly that happy to just be out there just free up. Just dolo.
Are you able to like do things by yourself, like go to a movie by yourself? Okay.
I love being alone.
Oh yeah, okay. That's
love
good. Yeah, okay,
being alone.
Good,
a little bit too much.
Okay. Shout out to your girlfriend. Shout out to your girlfriend. Shout out to your girlfriend.
She knows this about me. Yeah. It's not new news. She loves being alone too. She's just
oh, that's great. So are you introverted?
I'm introverted, extroverted.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm the same thing,
I might be neurodivergent. I don't know. We're working on what the technical term is, but
you might be on the spectrum.
Might be. Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know. There's but it depends. I think you got to be more of a people pleaser to be on the spectrum.
Really?
Yeah. There's a need to please others, I believe.
Well, I know people with autism can't pick up on nuance in language, so they don't actually understand. They can't really pick up on sarcasm.
Like Chris Rock.
Does he have autism? I know he has a learning disability. I didn't know he had autism.
Oh, is it a disability? Okay.
Yeah, I remember him saying
that. I know
that.
he can't pick up on social cues. Like at all.
He did say that. Oh, so maybe he is on the spectrum. But yeah, so people with autism, like they're straight shooters.
I admire it.
Yeah.
I admire it. I wish I had that level of focus and just like I've especially seeing like kids who are on the autism spectrum on TikTok. Yo, these niggas are magicians.
Yeah.
There's this one kid who can do any font. He just has to see it once and he can do the font and write in it completely fine, like every letter.
There's a thing with
he can do wingdings. Like this nigga's he's the truth, bro.
There's a thing with autism where it's like when they find a thing that they actually are passionate about, they truly dive headfirst into it. You should watch. Have you guys watched Love on the Spectrum US?
I've heard about this show.
So watch
and I
the
heard
US
it's
version.
Really,
it's
really
so good. And you really start to like, okay, like you're watching them date, and like they're really missing certain social cues. You're like, oh, but this is how they really interact with each other.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I love it. It's such a great show.
Since TikTok came out, I've seen a lot more of that, and also like the world of people with Tourette's. I didn't know it was chaotic. I literally grew up thinking Tourette's was speech only. That's it.
No, it can be like gestures,
but it's
right?
tics, it's speech, it's everything. Like I've watched. There's this one girl who like bakes with Tourette's on TikTok, and it's an experience. Like her mind. It's the Tourette's for whatever reason goes to like the most devious part of your brain. It's not like it's going to something very like joyful or sad or mad even. It's whatever's the mischief. Like,
see, when you said that, I thought like her Tourette's tic is like out of nowhere she just starts to bake. Like,
no.
Like
just out of nowhere.
She's
doing
like,
homework,
baking,
just making some biscuits.
But no, while baking,
she'll be stirring she'll have an egg in her hand and about to crack it, but she'll be like, this will be funnier on the ceiling, and throw it up.
Oh.
And it'll stick on the, and then she'll like snap out of it like, fuck. Like she'll realize that she did it. And it's like, they'll say certain things like, oh, this egg doesn't count. And they'll just throw it. And that's it. That's their life. Like, I can't imagine how expensive that lifestyle must be, just in case like you have a tic with your phone and you're constantly breaking your phone or something. Like, it's just you never know what people are going through for real. Like, that shit really opened my eyes, because I'm like, I couldn't live like that. God bless.
Wow.
The strength it must take to just live like that every day. And for other people around you, I admire them because you're watching boyfriends and family members with the patience that are just, I don't know if they've grown so used to it that there's no reaction. They kind of just know when you're you and when you're not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or it's just like literally an empathy thing. Like, I'm not going to pay attention to it and bring focus to it because you're focused on it right now.
Yeah.
It's everybody involved in that situation is commendable, man. That shit's next level.
I do think, yeah. No, I agree with you. I think with someone that has autism, just going back to that, I think they would probably make like a really good partner. It's like there's no games. There's no mind games.
Oh, yeah.
They're always telling you the truth. I mean, then it becomes a tricky thing if you take in social situations. But it's like, okay, I know where I stand.
It depends on who their partner is, I feel like. Because especially when you're talking about on the spectrum, sometimes it's like devoid of, like it's mostly just logic. Devoid of emotion, which can be very much a problem when
you're sad and then you need support. So then that's a problem.
So it can present. I definitely see how it can present its issues, but if you have someone that's understanding of that, then it's a little bit easier. But I think it's still really tough. Like, at the end of the day, you love this person, but you can't come to them literally about anything. It's about most things, but not everything, because you need somebody outside of that thinking to give you some. But I think that's fine, because that's the same thing as being in a relationship just in general, right? You kind of need some outside perspective anyways for some of the shit that's going on.
I'm just waiting for like an R&B artist to come out with some sort of love song about autistic love. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's never gonna happen.
Like, love me the way.
I hope
not. But like, you know how NeYo sang about "I love it when you're mad." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, NeYo had some very questionable songs.
Toxicity.
That guy is he hid it behind some very nice copied Usher moves and Suits, but that nigga was toxic. Remember "Do You"? Remember that song "Do You"?
How does it go?
I'll play it. Okay. This song,
"Do You,"
toxic as hell. He's a gaslighter. That's what NeYo is. He is champion gaslighter.
What's that one where it's like it's a ski situation?
So Sick?
Sick. There you go. Yeah.
Hitting this woman up in postpartum. Do you know how nasty of a nigga you gotta be to hit up a woman with PPD?
Wow.
You are sick. That is manipulation on obscene levels, bro.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Rihanna also had a song with Justin Timberlake, and it was like Rehab.
It's like I checked into rehab.
Baby, you're my disease. That's like, okay.
Yo, Rihanna had us in a chokehold during those years, yo.
She's what?
She had us in a chokehold.
She did. She was consistently coming out with albums. She's like, I'm done now. Peace out. I got $1 billion company and a baby, and I'm good.
Yeah.
So apparently, LeBron's a billionaire, and then Tiger Woods
just became a billionaire.
So to me, it's not special anymore. Can we just all acknowledge that? As a peasant, I will just say.
Now that enough blacks are in, it's like, what are we doing?
No, but it's like, but you know what it is? It's like, it's inflation. Like, what's happening to money, like, you know?
Yeah, especially when you can see that there are people who aren't exploiting the lower class, making billions. Like, Does it mean anything anymore?
So is a billionaire the new multimillionaire?
I think so. And I think Jeff Bezos is like, ugh, they've joined the club. I got to get to trillionaire status.
He already is, isn't he?
Is he a trillionaire?
I feel like
I know he's on his way.
I feel like him and Elon are trillionaires, no?
No. What is his net worth? Can someone...
Yeah,
Patrick?
can you look that up?
Patrick!
Nah, it's Matt.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you. I know Patrick has nothing to do with that.
Patrick's like, I don't even know Elon. Yeah, no. I don't think LeBron or Tiger have... Well, okay. No, I lied. They have exploited. Yeah, no, they're good.
They're good.
Billionaires are still good people. Huh? 31 billion?
Who? Elon?
Jeff Bezos.
Oh, okay. He's baby food then. He's not up there like that. I thought.
So he's LeBron times 31. Okay.
Yeah, no. LeBron and Tiger both had Nike contracts and Coca-Cola at one point, so they definitely have exploited the lower class. I thought it was just all good money. I thought
Do you think Rihanna's money is good?
No, she definitely has
Savage, Fenty.
Once you have any product
makeup
line, anything.
I was gonna say anything that has to do with beauty.
Yeah,
like you're exploiting those that don't feel beautiful. So
I was talking about more so wages.
Like the actual manufacturing of it all.
Yeah, okay, I don't think it's. I think actually with Rihanna, you might find more ethical lower class people being exploited. But still being exploited nonetheless, considering how much money she's making. That could be dispersed.
That's true, yeah.
Even if it's being done fairly, you got to think, like, do you need all that money? No. There are lower class people that work for you that need it? Yes. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Is there such thing as an ethical billionaire?
No.
Oh, that's a really good question.
There isn't, considering you know why? It's because of the state of the world.
Yeah,
well, that too.
It's just
it's
unchecked. It's unchecked. We just let it loose. We took off the leash.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, once you have Elon saying, "Hey, I could clear up that world hunger thing for you guys," and he's like, "Actually, never mind. I'm gonna buy Twitter."
Wait, did he actually say that?
Yeah, he said,
"Oh, I don't want to deal."
He presented to the United Nations, if you guys can give me a feasible way that I can cure world hunger, I'll actually do it. If you guys can prove it, because you guys always throw out these numbers that you guys don't give any evidence for. So you guys give me a way that this can be done, and I'll do it. They gave it to him. He's like, nah, never mind.
They actually, like, the UN was do XYZ step by step, like donate here.
The UN said, bet, nigga. And he said, I'm going to buy Twitter instead. And then he was like, actually, there's a lot of bots in Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw something like that.
He's just looking for big, what do you call them? Tentpole moments. So that he could just keep his relevance going more and more.
I will say, though, the fact that he created Tesla and like people are buying cars that don't use any gas, I think is a good thing. I mean, he's doing a lot of, I'm sure, I don't know, but I'm sure he's doing a lot of other shady shit. Yeah. But I think that he's the only person that's like, hey, here's a car that isn't going to destroy the planet.
But that's the problem. That's why I think he's a bad person.
Why?
Because if he's the only person, how is he the only person? There's nobody in this world doing one thing that nobody else is doing.
Oh, so you're saying there's probably other competitors, but he
that
squashed
have been wiped
them?
Out. Yeah.
Oh,
he had to. Like, if you're gonna have a monopoly on the electric car, self-driving car industry, you've taken out somebody. I've heard of already people that there was the security guard in that shooting that happened in America. The black people.
Yeah. He said, I saw that thing.
That security guard found a way, and he was on the news a month prior to that, found a way to put water in cars as gas.
Oh, my God.
And then now this white guy drives up 200 miles.
Conspiracy theory alert. Conspiracy theory alert.
Y'all know me already. They literally gave me a nickname because I have so many conspiracy theories.
Yes.
You can call it a conspiracy theory all you want. The nigga was on the news a month before, working at a grocery store as a security guard. And he came up with with patents. So it's like, not like the government didn't know. With patents. And then some white guy with a manifesto in 2022 drives up and shoots all these black people, all these old black people at a grocery store. Why do you pick that grocery store?
Oh, wow.
You tell me that's the first black place you went to? There's a lot of different things that are just weird to me that you'll never be able to prove, but shit. We can talk about it. It's
You know what
weird.
I do love about Elon is the petty beef that he got with Bill Gates.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Because just to see like older men fighting, because society always likes to make it seem like women are like cat fights and we're shady to each other. But it's like, nah, men do it, but it's in different ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. I love how mean. Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
it's interesting. Like,
That's so good.
It's definitely misogyny that started all these rumors of like women gossiping and fighting. Like when you talk about gossiping, men do it just as much. If you talk about arguing, men do it just as much. So it's like, I don't know where the narrative came from, other than obviously
Timberland and Swiss Beats needs to do a verses with Elon and freaking Bill. Like that'd be hilarious.
Fire.
A rich man versus
with inventions. What? Bill Gates slapping him out the water though. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
The root of their beef is that Bill was trying to sabotage Tesla, right?
I have no idea why they're beefing.
The root of their beef is like business related. Like Bill was trying to do something to Tesla.
He's trying to undermine him somehow.
Patrick, find out, please. Let us know.
Patrick, our Caucasian correspondent, please check in with your community.
If you're white and you're not like successful, to me, I'm like, what happened?
Oh yeah, homeless white people. I am confused.
Well, there could be mental health stuff, but still, it's like.
No, I mean the ones with a dog that are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You have dreads. How is that? How are you keeping up with dreads? How is that happening? And your dog is well fed. That's not a skinny dog. I've been to Jamaica. Like, this is insane.
Like in Toronto, I grew up in Toronto community housing, and there was like a family in our neighborhood, and they were white, and I was like, nigga, what? Like, you're not even.
This is one of my jokes.
What happened?
I just posted this joke about white people having privilege in Malvern. Doesn't exist. Never seen it. And you know what's so funny?
Theo Vaughn has a bit about that, talking about like, hey man, I'm here with you. You think if I had the privilege, I would use it, but I'm here with you. So don't throw me in the same boat as all those ones up there.
His life is insane.
Why? What happened? Just give me the
it's
short
just the way
version.
he grew up. He grew up in a trailer park.
He was a trailer park.
Really poor white. Like that makes me sad. Obviously, yeah. They've been screwed over by capitalism, right? Because there was probably like a coal mining town or some other, and then like
or
all the
they
jobs.
Misuse their daddy's money. You never know, really. You can't really tell these days. Sometimes they pick struggle, so it's like a cosplay thing. You see what the dirty Air Force is all the time. You know, that's cosplaying struggle right there. But no, like it's just it's weird to me. Like I won't.
I just really expect white people to always be successful. I have a high standard for them.
Keith said it best to me when he was like, I don't believe you're homeless.
Patrick,
you just need to start.
I have a high standard for you.
And that's no diss, no nothing. It's just like,
literally,
come on, man.
I do want you to be a successful person.
With all the tools you've been provided in life.
Yeah.
At birth, really. It's it's like you had a head start long ago, bro. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Giving Patrick a complex right now. Let's move on. Yeah, no, it's very concerning when white people don't achieve greatness, for sure.
That's great.
Speaking of white people achieving greatness.
Oh, if we want to talk just quickly while you're finding the next thing. I don't know if you guys use Waze. Obviously, a lot of us use Waze. Christina Aguilera
has a voice on there now?
And I said, girl,
that's got to be loud.
Tell me your career ain't going well without telling me your career ain't going well.
Yeah, that's when Snoop Dogg got into that bag later days, yeah.
Oh, left. Like,
yeah. Do you want me to?
You're dumb.
Right.
Do you want me to play?
Go this street. Yo, that's insane.
Do you want me to?
Please,
play
yes.
a little Christina.
Please do.
And you know what she says when you're in traffic? She tries to like incorporate her song names into it. She's like, words can't bring you down, but traffic sure can. Hope it's not that bad.
No. Your car is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's so good.
In the car, you can trust mine. Okay, let's go. In 800 meters, turn left.
Like it's very kind of.
That's it.
Hey!
I definitely thought it would be louder.
Yeah.
That's how you should get into the car. Like,
let me see.
As soon as you turn that bitch on, and it turns on the ignition. Hey.
You know what? I agree with you. She should have really fucking used her like vocal range.
Yeah. Get into
Like,
your reflections
actually-
bag.
Doing 9 to 5.
Hold on, let's see if there's a better one.
Nobody can tell you the right move to make in life but you. Unless you're driving, then Waze can tell you.
Not winner's quotes. You'd see that in a winner's frame. Live, love, laugh. That is crazy.
That is
Yeah,
so good.
so I just said, you know,
So bad.
you know what I'm saying? Like Mariah Carey, she ain't doing that. Britney Spears, she ain't doing like they're not doing that because they got the money. I don't know.
Listen, Mariah Carey.
Oh, so rich.
Mariah Carey might be losing her Christmas bag.
Why? What happened?
Someone has accused her of stealing the song.
Really?
$21 million lawsuit right now.
So like
The
she-
Grinch is stealing Christmas. Yes, that's what's happening. Somebody is literally stealing Christmas.
was it like a melody or like they wrote the whole
I have
song?
no idea. I think they said they wrote the song in 1983 or some shit like that, like early 80s or late 70s.
Yeah.
And now they're coming back for blood. They come get.
You know what I
Getting it back
admire
in
though?
blood.
I admire singers that have had a long career that aren't really great singers, but we still listen to their music. There's tons of them out there.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
The
the white
thing is-
Patrick's gonna come after you for that one.
He's a great writer.
No, like I love Jennifer Lopez, but like
Oh,
her
no, she terrible.
She was never a great singer.
terrible.
Still isn't a great singer.
amazing dancer, strong work ethic. She got a new Netflix, like not special, but like a documentary.
Oh,
It's a-
yeah, she's about
Hold
to
on,
get
but
roasted because she's dissing Shakira.
Yeah, why did she say Shakira was her
You know
worst decision in life? Like, how is that?
I'm only halfway through, but she makes like her manager Benny made like a really good point. He was like, why did the Super Bowl ask two Latinas to do it? It's like, why couldn't? Because they usually only ask one performer. Why did they feel like?
That's not true at all. That's not true at all.
No,
They
but
have
usually they ask
Kendrick and Beyonce. They just had
no,
four
but
people.
but what they do is they have Beyonce, and Beyonce chooses her special guests. This is you guys are splitting it.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, first of all,
so they've never done that in the history of the Super Bowl. This is the first time they've done it. So she was making that point of like, why do these white people in positions of power saying that like, we need two Latinas to make this like a viable thing that people want to watch.
So Janet picked Justin Timberlake?
No, as her special guest. Yeah. They weren't splitting that.
That is very interesting.
And then he got all the shine.
Because what it was Shakira did 6 minutes or whatever, and J-Lo did 6 minutes. Like they really had to like split it down the middle.
It wasn't like Shakira just came in, did one song. And
No. Yeah, she had to really split it.
Co-headline.
Yeah. So she did. Yeah, she was mad that she had to co-headline because they've never asked anyone to do that.
I mean, I understand that, especially not only as like a Latina, but like as a woman. Like it would be concerning that would be. But like at the end of the day, it's not like you're co-headlining with like some bum. It's Shakira.
That's true.
Shakira.
I'm picturing. I'd rather hear Shakira on Waze.
Fam.
Left. Like,
Fam.
Yo, you gotta
make
hit
a
up
right
Waze.
one more time.
Are you doing voice acting?
I did once upon a time.
No,
But
you gotta
like-
continue that.
Yeah.
I know. You got to. It's a crime if you don't.
Okay. I will.
People tell this guy how talented he is all the time.
Yeah.
And he just goes, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And then he just doesn't do anything.
No, I don't
Lately,
want you
he's
to-
been doing a lot, though.
I'm trying.
I will say,
I'm trying.
These
Okay.
past 2 weeks, I
One
have
thing
been...
at a time. Weed smoke first, okay? Weed smoke was
Listen,
the biggest
I've
thing.
seen him on stage in the past 2 weeks. I've seen his social media in the past 2 weeks.
Okay,
I saw his endearing, heartwarming, fucking tear-inducing family barbecue
thank you,
that
man.
happened this weekend.
Thank you.
That shit was beautiful. Your fam is fun as fuck, bro.
That's where I get it from, man.
I was like,
Why wasn't I
can't black
invited?
people
I
love,
just want to
like-
say, why wasn't I invited? Why wasn't I invited?
Listen,
There's a lot of pork being served.
Filipino
so-
people be
you're like,
organized.
we gotta weed out the Muslims somehow.
The party was so horrible.
Are there Filipino Muslims?
Yes.
Yeah, tons.
That's
Yeah,
they were
so many.
Filipinos were Muslim before they were Catholic.
Actually, and this is a thing that people
Yeah.
think that all Muslims, like most Muslims, are like Arab and speak Arabic. Like if you look at the ethnic global breakdown, Arabs are a minority. The majority of Muslims are actually Indonesian. They're East
I was
Asian.
just about to say Indonesian, crazy rich Asians.
Yeah, most
Muslim.
Muslims are
Okay.
East Asian.
That is sickening now because of what's happened in China.
Oh yeah, and then China was like, "Girl, we gotta crack down."
That makes that even more angering, though.
Yeah, they were like, "It's too much. We gotta cut it down."
Crackdown for what though? Taoism? What's the crackdown for? What is being
girl? If we continue down
lost?
this road, China gonna find out, and then our TikTok accounts are gonna get banned, and then we're not gonna get that brand money. So we gotta pick and choose when we want to speak up about issues.
Did I question China?
Yeah, you.
Did
First of all,
did I question China? Listen.
China girl, we good.
China, baby. Come on.
Good.
Come on. It's me, baby.
He's practically Chinese Jamaican. Okay?
Exactly.
So.
I loved Rush Hour. Yo,
Goodness gracious.
We don't talk about what's his name?
Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker?
No. The guy, Hotel
Kim Jong-il?
Rwanda.
Oh, Donald.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yeah.
In Rush Hour. In the most, that movie was one of the last of its kind. You're not going to get racism like that.
Yeah.
Ever in a movie again. I'm sorry. Those days are over.
Oh, it wasn't even served
Jackie
in a
Chan
platter.
said nigga. And we said, ha, that's my nigga right there. That's my boy, JC. Like,
when did he say? He said nigga?
Remember, he's like, nigga.
Oh, because they tried to make it like a funny. Yeah.
But it's like, he wasn't punching down because Chris Tucker was making fun of him racially the entire movie. So it's like,
here's the one time.
It's the one time he got back at him. Everybody's like, yeah, we'll give him the pass.
You've been going in on you,
It's Jackie. It's
Been
Jackie.
going
What
in
you
on
gonna do?
Jackie.
He rumbled in the Bronx. What you gonna do?
great.
This nigga know what he talking about.
It's so funny. No, but for real, like,
Oh my god, I gotta do a podcast. Being on this podcast with you guys, I'm like, this is so much. Do you want to produce it? I'm being honest. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm really about to blow the fuck up.
Listen,
So
hey,
you really want to actually be there?
Matt, you
know
want
what
to
I'm saying?
be in the room, brother.
Yeah.
but you say some really poignant shit. So like, that's why I think you would be worth listening to.
Yeah.
I feel people would want to hear what you'd have to say because like,
thank
oh
you.
my god,
That's why I said solo podcast because it's like, yeah,
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If you were to just lead and talk to yourself and talk to the world, like, and
You
not
have
have
one of those
anybody like
personalities.
stop you from saying what you want to say, boom, you'd kill that shit.
He's like a Michael Cera.
What?
It's you're one of one. You're a one of one.
okay.
There's not like no, I'm not
tons.
saying you're like Michael Cera. Like no.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm saying
Personality-wise.
how Michael Cera.
I mean, shout out to Michael Cera. I like
Shout
him,
out
but
to him.
I was just shocked.
Brampton
that-
man, bop bop.
Yes.
No, but I'm saying like how Michael Cera. There's no other Michael Ceras in the entertainment industry.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's no other Zach Galifianakises in the entertainment industry. There's
yeah.
certain people who are like one of one who make it strictly just being themselves. It's very rare. And so like when you can find that and people let you play yourself, because even Bill Burr, super talented. We were talking about him earlier.
Yeah, I love him.
He's never played himself.
No. And he played the long game for a while. He's like, I'm just going to keep doing my podcast, going on the road,
What surprisingly brought him back was Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking Bad brought him back into the spotlight in a major way and led to him getting the Netflix animated show.
Yes.
And all that other stuff. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, for people, when you get to that point where you are playing yourself, oh, God, that must be amazing.
Yeah,
I haven't
that's what
seen
I
Michael
want.
Cera a different way in any movie ever.
I mean, yeah, even when he was over the top in when the world-ending movie was that.
This is the end. This is the
Like,
end.
even him playing an over-exaggerated
Exaggerated version of himself.
was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I like that Michael Cera the best. I
Yeah.
want to see more of that. But yeah, man, that guy is unapologetically himself, and I think in that same light, you can be that.
For sure.
You know, you could be unapologetically Hoodo, and people are just gonna have to like take it in the way it's served.
Yeah. You know, someone who I think also is like that is Sarah Silverman.
Yeah,
Sarah Silverman's just really been herself.
Sarah
Yeah.
Silverman is Nicki Minaj in stand-up comedy to me because I've seen so many Sarah Silvermans after Sarah Silverman.
Oh,
It is
that
like-
is so valid.
It
Yes,
is
I agree
the
with
white
you.
girl like trope. Like if you're gonna be a white girl that's horny and weird and dark, you
Yeah.
talk, act, stand like Sarah Silverman. I see her
And
in
the music,
every
yeah.
comedy club I go to. It's
I
insane.
love her. Yeah.
She's so unique, like you're saying, like
Yeah.
the way she came into
Welcome
the
to the
game.
Caucasian disciples of Sarah Silverman.
Also,
the Yakubian Knights. Welcome to Yuck Yuck's Yakubian night. The first Sunday of every month.
Jeez. Oh my God. That's
Just
so
random story of how I ran into her.
Okay.
I had a hidden agenda. I wanted to share the story. I was. What was that supposed to mean?
No, it was just sentimental. It's like adding to the emotion. Watch, you'll see. Go ahead.
That's so great.
I'll get it.
So I was in New York, okay, and I was eating ice cream. By the way, there was a rat in the ice cream store, and it had an A rating. By the way, so I'm not doing that no more.
New York standards.
But was it one rat?
It was like a baby one.
Yeah,
so
that's an A. That's an A. That's an A in New York.
It was so gross because that means there's a mom, dad, brother, sister.
But if it ain't cat sized, then it's still
but
an
it's
A.
getting there.
Yeah, cat size is about a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the C for cat.
So
for
gross.
big,
And A means nothing.
Yeah, C for cat. B for big cat. A for adolescent mouse. Mice at that point. Yeah.
It's like it means nothing. Anyways, so after that happened, I was walking, and it was one of those things where, when you're walking kind of side by side, and the person's going the opposite direction, you're going the opposite direction, And I see this person, and in person she looks good, like her skin flawless. And she's standing, and I'm like, oh shit, that's Sarah Silverman. And I go, I do the Somali thing where I go, Allah, Somali people say wallahi.
In New York?
Yeah, I was like, Allah, because I was so shocked. And then I tell my friends, I was with Selma, I was like, oh my God, that's Sarah Silverman. And then Selma's like engrossed in her, like she doesn't care. And then I turn around and I see her and I go, and she's already like down the street, she's about to turn the corner, and I go, I love you, Sarah, and I say it like a drunk frat boy.
Yeah.
And then she comes around the corner and she sees me and she goes, and she waves, and she's like such a sweet person.
Nice.
Anyways, later on I told Brandon about it, and Brandon sent me paparazzi photos, and the guy she was standing next to walking with was John Hamm.
Wow.
So just her.
Missed John Hamm?
Yeah, I mean, because they were both wearing hats. They were trying not to be seen. But I was like,
very easy when you're white. Very easy. We don't talk enough about how much white people look like. There's like 12 white people in the world. There's a stock of 12, and that's it. They just rotate beards, mustaches, guts.
Yeah, like Chris.
The Patrick prototype.
Patrick is in every white college.
See, I was gonna actually make a Patrick joke, but I was like, oh, let me stop. I made fun of him too much. But you guys went for it, so it's fine.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
You started the train. We're just jumping on, man. This is
so
the most
funny.
shine Patrick's ever got on the podcast. So
Patrick, we love you. Let's do a compilation video dedicated to Patrick.
Podcast P over here.
Yeah.
Podcast P.
That's great.
Pushing P for real. That's hilarious.
That's so great.
Soon he's gonna get Patrick Pum Pum, but anyways. We haven't had a Pum Pum title in a while.
We haven't.
But anyways, so back to Sarah.
Anyways, yeah. So I just, the point is I wasn't gonna like be that person that stops her for a photo.
Yeah. But you're gonna be the person that screams her name from far.
Well, she liked it.
I think that's way better. Way better.
I love you, Sarah. It's like I'm not saying,
It's like a guy buying you a drink but not asking for your number. It's like, oh, that was nice.
Oh my God. So okay,
He didn't have to do that. That was wow. Chivalry doesn't.
It's just really cool to hear a Muslim version of "Oh my God," like
Allah. Yeah, my mom will always just say growing up, Allah. And even for ill, like if you want to say ill, you go achas. Achas. Yeah.
French.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. I feel like Jamaica and then Filipinos got like their own. We
say salamat. That's our thank you, and then it comes from the Muslim
Arabic. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Wow.
So,
but how do Filipinos say ew?
Ew.
Yeah. See, and there's like a different sound. Yeah.
We say I sus Mariosep. That's Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
Ah.
Sus Mariosep.
Jamaicans go, I want a pussy clot this.
Lord Jesus
I want it. But wait. That's the one. But wait. I could Wouldn't mind. Yeah, no, they just go ham, man. They just get louder and louder.
Yo, it's crazy because when I was in New York,
you guys have to move to New York.
Yo, it's
I can't wait to be in New York with you guys, just doing shows, and then we get to like meet up in Harlem. We go to Brooklyn.
Yo,
brunch.
can I tell a
Stop
Harlem
it.
story real quick?
Yes, yeah.
Yo, shout out to all the Gravy Gang listeners that fucking know about 144th and
And Lennox.
You know
Talk
what I
to
mean?
him.
144th
Yeah.
and Lennox. Okay, so I made it a point. I'm with wife. I'm like, babe, we went to go see the crib of one of our old friends, Voodoo Ray. Rest in peace. We miss you, bro. She's like, let's go to Harlem. Let's go see Ray's crib real quick. And I'm like, wait, are we on Lennox right now? I'm like,
Sorry,
Can we
Malcolm
walk-
X Boulevard.
Malcolm
We
X
do not.
Boulevard.
Black
All
people
right.
in Harlem will get mad at you if you say Lennox. If we say Malcolm X Boulevard,
What? Wait, what?
because they
I
changed
mean,
the name
It is Malcolm
from
X.
Lennox to Malcolm X, because Lennox is like some white dude, but they changed it to Malcolm X Boulevard.
Yes.
So at Malcolm X Boulevard and 125th Street in Harlem, there's a Whole Foods, and I'm like, this is what Malcolm wanted with his legacy.
Is it?
Gentrification,
Organic food.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos,
Gluten free.
yeah.
A gluten free corner for Martin.
$7 avocados, please.
But like background, we always mention 144th
Fourth
and
and
Lennox
Lennox.
when we're making fun of like the New York accent.
that's
yo,
fair,
yo,
yeah.
144th.
We literally
and
made it up,
Lennox.
and someone from New York, a listener from New York, hit us up and was like, "Yo, that's an actual like intersection."
Yeah.
So probably we've heard it in a movie, and it's been trapped in our subconscious.
I'm like, did Cameron say it in the song or
Yeah,
something? Like,
like-
I swear, but you know, it's been ingrained in my head that like I have to go there one day. So now I'm on Malcolm X Boulevard, aka Lennox. I'm like, yo, babe, can we go to 144th Street real quick? Just, you know, and while walking there, I see this dude dressed all dapper, looking super fly. I'm like, look at this old man dressing up like this. I'm like, and I pulled out my phone to try and like take a shot, but I didn't want to be the guy that's just like blatantly, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, bro, I'm sorry, man. I just had to get a shot of the drip. You look too nice. And he clapped his
through and
hand,
dapped you.
walked over, dapped me, and I was like, man, good on you, bro. I love the look. Then I kept on walking, and then my girl asked me, she's like, yo, is Dapper Dan
Yes,
dead?
I saw Dapper Dan in Harlem as well.
And I was like, we looked it up, and we looked
was
up to see
Dapper
it, and
Dan.
it was Dapper Dan. I'm like,
Yeah,
did
yeah.
I just dap the hand of Dapper Dan?
Yeah.
I was blown away.
I think he lives. I think
He
truly
lives-
he
yeah,
lives
no,
there.
yeah, he's always
You
lived
know,
in Harlem, yeah.
and he was just like nonchalantly walking down the street like the
So
New
well
York
dressed.
king
That's
that
where the
he
first
is.
shop was. No, the
Yeah.
first shop was in Harlem.
And you know, then I looked back at the fit. I'm like, I looked at it just like as a, you know, those old Jamaican men that dress up real nice.
Yeah,
and drink. But
yeah.
then when I started looking close at the details, I'm like, no, that's a Gucci ascot. That belt is on like that's some Hermes belt. Like this guy was dressed up to
Yeah.
the
Dripped up and dripped out,
And I
man.
was like, no, I did not just run into Dapper Dan and not notice it was Dapper Dan. But the cool thing was, I feel he dapped me and was happy that I wasn't like, oh my God, it's you, Dapper Dan. I was just admiring.
That's
his
what they
fit.
want. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I was like, hey, bro, you look great. And that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hey, you're Dapper Dan, man. Do you mind? Like, but I feel in the same sense of you being like, Sarah, I love you. And I just had to let it be known.
Yeah, yeah.
There's something more endearing with that type of response than, oh my God, I'm starstruck right now. I just need
Selfie.
to get
Yeah.
this for my own ego so I can walk around and say, I met so-and-so. No, this is literally honoring somebody that you look up to.
Yeah,
and in that moment, I was like, damn, I really can't believe I was able to do that and have that opportunity without fanning out, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what made it that much more genuine.
I think people like should also gauge when the last time someone did something that would be kind of overwhelming afterwards with like the response from it. So like Sarah Silverman, I don't think she's had a special in a while, in like
I think it's been a couple years. Yeah. But
So, like-
she was in New York because her autobiography, her book, she turned it into a play that's on Broadway.
Sick.
So that's why she was in town.
So like she's still doing work, but like Broadway is still very, you got to be in the room to know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But I
it's
think
like,
she's so rich that she's like, I can pick and choose when I work now.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I was talking more so like in terms of like going up to her. I don't think she would have minded you going up to her, especially
Okay.
because of the fact that she came back around the corner to wave.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
Like
true.
little
Yeah,
things
yeah.
like those cues is what I pick up on. Like if I know you just dropped something, I'm never gonna come up to you. because I'm like, everyone's hounding you. Your DMs are overwhelming. Like, you need capacity for yourself right now. You know what I mean?
Did you see that video when those girls showed up to Justin Bieber's home? And he was just like, listen.
What?
Girls, this is
people just showed up to his house?
So there are these girls waiting. He's like, look, girls, I appreciate, your fandemonium, but like, this is my home. This is where I come home to escape this. And I don't appreciate you guys coming and doing this at my home. And they're like, can I get a hug? I was like, no.
Shorty said, can I get a hug?
Right after he just dropped that. And he said it so sincerely, and it wasn't a dickheaded move. But I felt so bad for him in that moment.
Yeah, because to me, I love Justin, and I look at his life and I go, this is like a cautionary tale of like fame unhinged.
Yeah, that moment that Norman's talking about was a huge eye opener for me. Remember, I came in here.
You don't want to be that famous.
And I came in here and talked about that. I was like, is there a perfect level that you can get to where you need to start sabotaging yourself in order to not get to that other part? Because when you get to that other part,
maybe not sabotage, but you take a break from the business. Like Ali Wong, for example, she to me has the perfect amount of fame. She drops a Netflix special, she don't do no press for it. She promotes it on social media. Peace out, I'm taking care of my kids.
Yeah. It's all about what you're comfortable with. Yeah. Like with me, I'm not a materialistic person. Honestly, wearing sunglasses indoors makes me cringe at myself. So it's like to be the fur coat, flashy like Floyd Mayweather. I'm like, how do you do that? I can't live like that. Like, it's too much. It's too much, like, look at me that I don't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Kevin Hart, for example, I think he also has a level of fame that I think is not fun.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yuck.
The FBI thing, the extortion scandal that he had, like, him and his kids can't even just go to a park without a security. You know what I mean?
You need security detail. That's why I'm telling you. I'm like, you need security detail to go everywhere. It's like,
you're a prisoner.
You're losing out on parts of life now.
You're a prisoner to your fame.
Yeah. That I would never want to be.
You got to put on like full on disguise to go to the grocery store and experience being a human.
I will say though, a group that I think like kind of like it and manage that fame well are the Kardashians.
Oh, because they can never do wrong.
That's their.
But that's
fuel.
kind of their thing, right? Yeah.
That's their fuel. Any news is good news with that family.
You know who I think has the perfect fame and the perfect
amount
life?
of fame? Yeah.
Hockey players.
Oh, really?
Hockey players can be famous and have all these like rich contracts, but at the end of the day, like no one says, "Oh my God, that's."
I wouldn't say that.
Maybe in Canadian countries, but like in the States.
No, even in the States too. Like I've been around it and seen it. Like it's not our demographic, so you're not gonna see it. But Patrick's demographic, if white people go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like even golfers, they can't walk around. You know who I think, just like kind of along your point, football players. Because their rosters are so deep and they're wearing helmets.
They will develop Parkinson's later on in life.
But I wouldn't want to be because their career spans really short.
That also 3-4 years is like the average lifespan.
Yeah.
Where like hockey players go for long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Spencer just retired at what? 38, some shit, 39.
They have the span of basketball players.
Who in our business, do you think has the perfect amount of fame?
Michael Che.
Oh, Michael Che?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the right
He's
amount
got
of fame.
the right amount of fame where like he does SNL every week, so he's globally known, but he's not. I don't think Michael Che gets harassed in Arizona. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Michael Che gets harassed in Chicago. Like it's a good attainable what is it? Manageable level of fame where he does his stand up, he does SNL, and he has his own TV show that is on the like to me
HBO,
on the level of a Chappelle show. Yeah. It's on the level of a Chappelle show, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah, why don't people talk about it?
I think because it's on an app, and there's a lot of shows on an app right now. It's like, and he's not the
promoting
guy that's
it
out
aggressively.
Yeah, he's like Ali Wong. He's not. Like, I just seen him do a podcast, Brilliant Idiots, last week. I've never seen him do a podcast before.
Yeah, he really lays low.
And all his friends do podcasts. Yeah,
so it's like,
low.
Michael Che,
He's got a good level of fame, I think.
It's funny because since Silk Sonic was created and Anderson .Paak was able to like get the same attention and accolades as a Bruno Mars, but can still separate himself from all that Grammy stuff and still be like cool Anderson .Paak playing the drums and doing his own thing, still doing his own music. Like while Bruno's stuck in diamond status, you know, I'm like, I actually would rather be Anderson .Paak in this situation.
Yeah, no, Bruno, it's too much.
Bruno's way too much.
Yeah,
right?
Way too much. No.
Anderson can still do his thing, keep the musical style he wants, and not to say he's forgettable, like, but people won't be on him like they would, like all eyes are on Bruno.
He's just getting into that level of fame with the attachment to Bruno.
Exactly.
And
but he could detach. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, oh, that's a perfect career if I was to be a musician that wanted the Grammy but didn't want the Grammy.
But I think that's changed for him now. I don't think it's gonna be like that moving forward. I think he's gonna be in the Bruno realm moving forward when he puts out his own solo project, because now he's got the attention of the Cardi B type fans.
Oh, Cardi B's rant about fame on Instagram Live. Did you guys see that?
No.
What she said?
She's had a couple of them.
She's had a sequels.
I can't
sequels.
keep up. Yeah. She's tired of fame every 2 months. So.
Yeah, she said like it feels like you're in the principal's office. You're always in trouble. She's like, honestly, if you guys want to be rich and famous, just wish to be rich, not famous.
Yeah.
She's like, I wish I could just like click my heels and go back to 2016 where I was just like doing gigs and making.
Yeah. Because the level of scrutiny you're under a magnifying glass at all times, and just because people like you, all of a sudden your opinion weighs more than even the president sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, that's true.
And you're held to such an unrealistic standard. Like people, because they admire you and they feel like, you know what it is? People don't want to think that regular people can be famous too. So they want to believe that you are so much better than them. Because I'm not famous. I'm not rich. I can sing. I'm not at where you're at. So you must be a way better person, which is never the case.
Yeah.
It's almost the opposite sometimes. So it's a expectation that poor people have, and the constant reminder, especially in this time that we're in. People, I don't think were as unhappy in the 90s, like just generally speaking. I think you had the tabloids and your
because of social media. Shows. People are sadder because of social media. We're seeing everyone's highlight reel.
It's the exposure. The exposure. Like you're seeing so much more of celebrities' lives to the point where we're starting to say, are you guys even special? Like I've been on TikTok and seen people sing better than anyone who has a record contract.
Yeah.
So why should I think you're the shit? Because you had a good team that got you to a different place? Like at the end of the day, you're just better at business.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's
the
all
Kardashians,
celebs are.
So good at business.
That's all the celebs are. They're just better at business than you. They're not more talented than anybody. Like there's certain people where you can, it's quantifiable. You can be like, okay, nobody can do what Michael Jordan did.
Yeah. Okay,
you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
But singing, rapping, just all that stuff is so subjective, and there's so many people that can do it. To think that you're special because you're richer is crazy to me personally. Because when I see somebody, if I were to be, let's say I was 10 years in the game in comedy, Norm's a newbie, first year. And I've seen this because I've talked to comedians who do this to me, where you body it. I'm 10 years in, maybe I'm trying new shit. Who knows? I bomb. And now I'm like, oh, you're only a year in? Fucking guy. It took me 5 years to get to. And it's like, you're being held to the standard already. Out the gate.
Those people are attaching a lot of meaning to like the old world. Like comedy's changing so people can just get more things quicker.
Yeah.
Well,
everything in general
it's
can
an
come
advantage.
quicker now.
Like some of the guys that I've spoken to and women that I've spoken to in the comedy industry that have been doing it for 10 years, 12 years, you didn't have all the information I was able to get up until this point to go into it with a way better understanding of what the world is. You went into it before social media and you're just thrown in. Like you figured it out as you went along. I got to watch you guys fail, do things right.
Yeah, your toolkit is next level.
I've absorbed it all from every angle, and I know things that, like, there's certain things I just know not to do and certain things I know to do because I watched other people do it.
Yeah.
And like we talked about this before. I'm like, my dad always told me there's a person who never learns, person who learns from their mistakes, and the person who learns from other people's mistakes. And I'm always trying to learn from other people's shit. So I can just,
of course. Yeah.
So it's like when you take that in and internalize it, it's tough. And you don't even know how to gauge it these days. Yep. You don't know who's a year in. You don't know who's 5 years in. And so now you're looking at this person like, fuck, this kid's younger than me. He's fucking killing it. Like,
Yeah.
You don't know how long I've been sitting up watching stand-up comedy, studying, like breaking things down. Remember Mr. Beast? You ever seen the video of Mr. Beast? You ever heard of him?
No.
He's like the biggest YouTuber in the world. The guy just gives away money. Like literally.
I did hear about a guy giving away money. I didn't know his name.
He just finds creative ways to give people shit. Like everybody touched this Lambo. Last person to touch it keeps it. Like shit like that. Like go watch his channel. It's incredible. He'll go on Twitch and he'll donate to people who have one viewer. He'll give them $20,000. Here you go. He doesn't care.
Oh, where is he in my life?
He's incredible. He's the greatest philanthropist in this digital age. And he, before getting onto YouTube, he had these 4 guys that would get on Zoom every day for 2 years. And they would break down YouTube videos. And this is before he started doing YouTube. So like he'd break down how long the intro is, how long the ads are, where to place the ads. They would time like pausing, like what would happen if you pause? Like how long would it take to actually pause? Breaking down YouTube to a science. Yeah. Gets on there. How much subscribers he has now? He's broken the algorithm.
Wow, 100 million.
He gets like 25 million on each video.
He broke the algorithm. He knows what color to make the thumbnail. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like
there's a formula, and he's cracked the code.
They ran a test on 1,000 thumbnails to gauge which color thumbnails received the best responses.
And what color is it?
It was red, blue, and green. I buy
that.
Yeah, the primary colors.
If you go and look at big YouTubers now,
red, blue, and green.
That's all you see in the thumbnails, and it's like little things like that you wouldn't think matter.
Yeah.
But these guys are sitting down breaking that down. And then he gets on YouTube, makes millions of dollars, and doesn't want any of it. He doesn't want any of his money. It's insane.
Good for him.
It's crazy, man.
What's it, Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. We're going to tag him in this. Can we put this on TikTok and tag?
Yeah, I'm going to big up Mr. Beast.
Yeah, let's. Please.
Beast, I see you, bro.
Norm. Oh, man. What else happened this week? Lil Nas X is beefing with BET.
Well, I mean, I'm not shocked to hear that.
Yeah, no. They did not. He's not a part of the nominations for the BET Awards this year, even though he had 3 huge songs. Well, in the past year.
Yeah. They were like, listen, we don't want to alienate the Christian folks.
Yeah, that's basically what he said, which he got a lot of blowback because people are like, what? Tyler the Creator's gay. Frank Ocean's gay. Like,
yeah, but he's really like on a stripper pole gay.
That's
Tyler the Creator's gay?
Yeah.
What? I never knew
that. Yeah. No, he's bisexual. He's bisexual.
He has 2 albums about like basically his turmoil with like fighting with it, and it's great. Go listen to Flower Boy. Amazing album.
So he really does love Jaden Smith then.
No, but also on his latest album, Wilshire, it's about a woman that he fell in love with.
Yeah. There's a girl, he fell in love with and broke his heart. And she picked the guy over him. And But there's a lot of so especially ones that are like making noise in the LGBTQ community. There's Tyler.
First of all, I love the way you said that. Like we're gonna have to acknowledge the way you went through each letter, and then towards the end, you were like, I ran out of breath. Actually, I'm out of breath.
Q community.
Yeah.
Tyler, Isaiah Rashad, Frank Ocean, Kalani, 070 Shake, Saucy Santana, Azalea Banks, Young M.A., K Trinata, all people who have either been nominated for BET Awards or will be. Like Saucy Santana is not, but he's just coming out in the game. Like he's not really.
Yeah.
He hasn't had enough time to put out a single like that. But
I hope he owns the rights to that song.
One thing that's very interesting is Lil Nas X is the only, I would say, more feminine side of
being gay. Yeah.
And so I think that is probably a factor I don't know if it's
because
the main factor.
Because it's linked with misogyny. It's like the main thing that people make fun of gay men for is they're like, oh, but you're acting like a woman. And it's like, but what's wrong with acting like a woman?
Yeah.
And why can't you just embrace your feminine side?
It's interesting that they wouldn't invite him. I don't know. I would feel like it would.
For optics, it would be such a plus.
Yeah. Like, even as business-wise, how does this hurt you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I understand BT does have or had a Christian following because of the Sunday church stuff, but does anybody even watch that anymore?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, what part of their audience are they hurting at this point?
But I also feel like his career is going to be so much bigger than like a BT.
But that's the problem, is that the people with those careers need to be at BT.
Oh, that's true. Just to nurture
Beyonce
it.
going there 2 years out of like what, 12? What does that say? You know what I mean? How does that look on us if we're not supporting our own thing? And I get it, politics, but when you have the Grammys who have set Beyonce up, 3 times now? Come perform for us. Don't give you no awards. Come sit front row. We can put the camera on you every 10 seconds. No awards. Like, still give the awards to Adele. Adele's on stage saying, "This is yours, Beyonce. This is yours.
You make all my black friends feel so much better about themselves.
I love the way you make my black friends feel." The way she said black was so aggressive.
And to me, that was Beyonce's reaction was shocking to me because I would have been stone faced.
Beyonce was like, "Oh." She's just such a nice person. Like, I don't think she realizes how she should be in those situations. She's just like, oh, poor thing. Like, I don't know. It's interesting to me, but yeah, no. Lil Nas X, I think definitely should have been nominated. I don't know if they're gonna even offer an explanation for this.
What if they're like, we didn't want to nominate you just to tokenize you. We actually wanted to really, really give you something because we truly feel you deserve it.
Well, Industry Baby was #1. At one point, wasn't it? And Jack Harlow, he pointed out Jack Harlow's nominated.
Jack Harlow's nominated for a BET award?
They have to have some white constituents every year.
Yeah, that's in the clause.
It's in the clause.
Patrick, explain this.
Patrick, can you call your uncle up and just tell him to sort this out, please, brother?
Colonel Sanders, hello? Let us know.
Don't say lettuce in his house, young man.
Oh, sorry.
Saucy Santana, while we're on the topic, some old tweets surfaced.
Oh, this is what I also look. This is how you've really made it.
Yeah.
When your old tweets come up.
When the tweets come up, yeah.
We gotta we all have to pay someone to go through our tweets just to make sure we're good.
Oh, I went through my tweets by myself. It's been taken care of.
No, but
2011 was a dark year.
But you can't do it. You got to get maybe other eyes on it. Because there's maybe some things you might have missed because you're like, that's not offensive.
True. It's like when you vacuum, it's like, yo, go over that spot again. You know what I mean? You ever sweep and then your mom sweeps and you're like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
No. I swept right there. That doesn't make any sense.
Actually, out here putting dirt on the ground just to show
I swear to God, my mom got fucking lint in her pocket, just dashing it on the ground. Saucy Santana had some tweets calling Blue Ivy nappy headed. She looks dry. Yeah, and he was between the ages of 21 and 24. He wasn't a kid or anything like that.
21? You're kind of an idiot then.
But I feel like there was a moment in time when Blue Ivy was young where
everyone was making fun of her.
A lot of people were making fun of her hair. And most notably, the gay community was really, really getting at the fact that Beyonce not combing her hair, not gelling her hair, all types of shit. So I'd like to think that he was just following the herd, just doing what he sees other people doing or whatever. But
what was his response? Did he respond?
Fuck y'all.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said, fuck y'all. Y'all always trying to cancel somebody. I don't need to apologize to y'all. Who are y'all?
Yeah.
Which I said, absolutely correct, sir. I mean, you might have to apologize to someone, but it's definitely not us. I hate when niggas think they got to come online and talk to us about some shit. You didn't hurt me. I'm not the person that you offended. Go deal with God.
Go deal with. That's a great. Deal with God is such a great. You gotta turn that into merch or something. Go deal with God.
Go deal with
God. On a tote bag.
That would be the episode title. Go deal with God.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Oh,
we really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. You guys gotta have me back.
Oh, we're gonna have you back for the special.
And just know this, like normally guests stay here for about 30 minutes.
And we get
then we say goodbye.
Oh, how long
and
is that?
that's no disrespect to them. It's just more so like then we get back to our shit. But you here, ooh.
It's been great, man. It's a great episode.
Oh, thank you.
Make sure you guys follow Hoodo on all social media.
Yeah.
Hoodo Comedy, HOODO Comedy.
One word.
Same thing on TikTok.
Everything, yeah.
Perfect.
Your business, you got to have everything the same.
Absolutely.
What you're doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. If you're in New York, if you have 144th and fucking Lennox
and Malcolm X Boulevard,
the gentrified version. Ironically,
yes.
Make sure you guys check out Hoodo. She's gonna be in your city, taking up space on the comedy stages. Make sure you guys go check her out. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you. And when does this drop?
This drops tomorrow morning.
Oh, you guys are not playing.
We do not
with
play
the
around here.
You guys got to send me little clips so I can post on my.
Oh hell yeah!
I want to post. Yeah, we had. Oh my god.
Yeah.
We burned so many bridges. Rihanna's never going to talk to us.
China.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry?
China.
Yeah, China's done with us.
Don't worry. All those bridges, we'll find other ways to get there through Christina Aguilera and ways.
Yeah! So what a great comeback. Yes.
But weren't the Chinese supposed to build it? Thank you guys so much for tuning in another week. I'm Marlon.
I'm Norm.
And that was the Extra Gravy.
Skirt, skirt.